Brett Kavanaugh clerked for the retiring Justice Anthony Kennedy. The Yale-educated judge is best known for his ties to two past presidents, helping investigate Bill Clinton and later as a top aide to George W. Bush.
I, Brett M. Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh has some strong ties to Washington. He was born in D.C. and draws support from establishment Republicans.
I believe my White House experience made me a more knowledgeable judge, certainly, and also a more independent judge.
But as a judge, conservative critics argue Kavanaugh didn't go far enough in his decisions on Obamacare and abortion-related cases. Our Paul Hunter is standing by at the White House. And Paul, you know, a serious political fight still to come over this nominee. What actually comes next?
Yeah, well, now the fight begins. Trump's nominee needs to be confirmed by a majority of votes in the Senate. And for the moment, Republicans control the majority of votes in the Senate, if only just. So here we go.
To be clear, it's Donald Trump who nominates, but it's the U.S. Senate that turns thumbs up or down on the next Supreme Court justice.
Enormously important issues hang in the balance.
And today, even before Trump's pick tonight, the battling had begun. Democrats, with their worry that Trump's new nominee will, if confirmed, work to undermine Obamacare and reverse U.S. laws on abortion rights. So when they get a chance to ask, as they will, they'll want answers.
The next nominee has an obligation, a serious and solemn obligation, to share their personal views on these legal issues.
The goal for Democrats is to persuade even one or two Republicans to vote no, with an eye to pressing Trump for a more centrist second choice, all the while reminding voters in the looming midterm elections of what's at stake.
We've seen the same movie time after time.
Republican Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who, by the way, blocked Barack Obama's final Supreme Court pick in 2016, today slammed Democrats for always pushing back on Republican choices.
No matter their qualifications, no matter their record, no matter their reputation, it's the same hyperbole, the same accusations, the same old story.
He wants the best of the best on the Supreme Court.
Meanwhile, the ad war is underway. This one from a conservative group looking for all the world like an election-style attack ad targets Democrats.
Like they did before, extremists will lie and attack the nominee. But don't be fooled. President Trump's list includes the best of the best.
Liberal groups counter with this reminder. Trump has long said he wants a judge who will end abortions. Senator Collins, name-checked at the bottom, is Susan Collins, a Republican who champions abortion rights. A swayable vote. Maybe. All of it highlighting what the confirmation process here has become. Yes, you need a strong legal pedigree, but, says a former clerk for Anthony Kennedy, whose pending retirement opened the door for tonight, views on those divisive issues matter.
They need to be capable and qualified and intellectually up to the task. But in addition, I think both the public certainly and the president is expecting some certainty about their predilections on these particular cases.
So, Paul, in that you mentioned the coming midterms, how much of a factor is this kind of thing in energizing voters?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. If nothing else, it will remind voters on both sides of the stakes in this. The president chooses, but the Senate confirms. So in shaping the Supreme Court, control of the Senate is crucial. So that should energize voters in both parties. But it's worth noting that historically, it's energized Republican voters a lot more than it's energized Democrats. It's one of the reasons Donald Trump resides in the White House. Republicans who may have had issues with certain aspects of candidate Trump were willing to set that aside because of the value they saw in ensuring a Republican president to ensure nights like tonight. We'll see how it plays out this fall.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Paul Hunter in Washington.